Alright folks, so I'm back out on hiking again. I can't say I'm on a trail. I'm not. I'm doing a city hike today in beautiful Anderson, Indiana. And all my hiking is going to be on sidewalks or streets. Mostly sidewalks. But it's a beautiful day for a hike. And I'm out here getting it. I got about, including water, somewhere around 35 pounds in my pack. And I've got all my camping gear in there, minus my sleeping bag or my quilt, I should say. But I made up the weight using clothes, some old jeans and a sweatshirt or something like that, just to make up the weight. But I don't want to be packing around my sleeping bag or my quilt, my down quilt, and keeping it compacted. I'd rather just keep it at home and uncompacted in a big laundry bag that allows it to be somewhat fluffed. Gotta cross the road here, and I'm gonna get off the sidewalk for a bit. I gotta watch traffic. So I'm getting across the road. Here we go. Alright, so I'm about in the first mile, about 1 mile in on what should be like a 7.7 mile hike today. I'm not doing anything for speed today. Just out getting it done. This is my third city hike of the year so far. I think this is March like 12th, maybe, something like that. I'll put it down here in the bottom in a minute. But it's a beautiful day. It's a bit breezy. You may hear some wind noise on the camera here. I may end up putting my microphone on. It'll negate some of that here after a while. But at any rate, we're getting it done. Alright folks, so I'm here at the little Martin Luther King Jr. Park, and I've got my microphone on, I should say. And so I've taken a break to get that all set up and connected to my camera. I am using the DJI Osmo Action 5 to record this, and I really love this camera, and it connects seamlessly with their right there it is, Mic Mini is what I've got, and got my poles back. And so as I told you, I'm doing some city hiking here today. And city hiking is not without its own special set of dangers. Some obvious dangers, mostly traffic. I did just do a little section of maybe, about a quarter to half a mile stretch where there were no sidewalks. And this is quite a busy street. And so you got to keep an eye on that. And then there was also a intersection there with, say, 3 lanes going each direction, or all 4 directions I should say, with two lanes going straight, with each one having a turn lane also. And so you got to keep your eyes open for something like that and stay safe. But in city hiking, you know, I live where I live in the city, and so if I want to do some hiking and get some exercise and get my legs built up, it's easiest to do city hiking because I can just do a loop and go right back to home again. And so do what you got to do and get your miles in, get your legs built up. I do have a reservation for next weekend at a state park to go hike a 13-mile loop with a campsite saved for overnight, and I should say reserved for overnight. So I'm going to do about 7-8 miles on the way in, and do the remainder the next morning, next day on the way out. I'll be making a video there too. But in the meantime, I need to get my legs built up. My first hike of the year, I told you this is my third. I did 3.5 miles. My second one, I did 5 miles. And this one is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 7.7 if I remember my Onyx backcountry plotting correctly. It's been a couple days since I did it. It is over 7 miles. But at any rate, I am back on the sidewalks and making good progress. Although, again, this is not a speed hike. I got things that I want to accomplish along the way, and they're going to take some time and stop me for a bit. So it's a matter of distance, not speed today. Whereas the other hikes, I was averaging about 2.2 miles an hour on those hikes and doing pretty good. Now, where I live here in East Central Indiana is very flat terrain, and so it's easy to make miles like that, speed like that, I should say. And it is what it is. Again, you got to hike what you got, especially if you want to be out here doing it on a regular basis, because it could get really expensive in time and money if you're going to the state parks and reserving camping spots and whatnot. They do charge fees for that. And so, you know, you got travel, you got time, and then you got fees. Of course, travel's not free either. So I'll be traveling somewhere around 70 miles or so to go to this state park. Again, I'll get more into that in that video. Okay, so another possible issue with city hiking is bathroom breaks. I mean, if you look around me right now, I'm totally, well, there is a liquor store across the street from me, but I am totally in a residential neighborhood. And it's not like I can find a section of woods somewhere around to go use my trowel or something to go dig a cat hole. I'm pretty sure these people would be highly upset, or their neighbors, if they saw me digging a cat hole in their backyard. So that's another thing to keep in mind when city hiking. But it is an important bodily function that we all have to take care of occasionally. Now, on up here about 1/2 to 3/4 mile, I am going to come to a city park that I already know has a porta potty in it if I need to go. At the moment I don't, but it's there and I know where it's at. And so those are another one of those things that you need to kind of account for if you're city hiking. Okay, so I've reached the trailhead where I'm getting onto the Riverwalk Park. Now, I came by here a week or so ago. It was a week ago, and we have had a lot of rain, a lot of storms and rain come through here, like a lot of the people from here into the East Coast have. And this park was actually closed. They had it blocked off up there at the street, and you cannot get in here to this Riverwalk. In fact, the Riverwalk right in this section was underwater. I don't know about further along the way here, but the river, it's still up from its normal, what I would call summertime. Now, springtime. We get a lot more rain around here typically. But this river is still well up. I can see a little bit of things down through the water, but it's still very cloudy. I would guess that it's normal summertime would probably drop another foot to 18 inches. But spring is springing around here. So I've reached this park and I'm guessing I'm somewhere around 3 miles in. And this is going to be my first break for a little water sip and a little snack. And we'll go from there.
Coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw
actually had a tornado come through and hit the southwest side of town, which is probably about 4 or 5 miles from here. But obviously you can see where the city parks people have been out here cutting down trees and whatnot. And it looks like it took out this little Riverview stand here. There's the river right there. I was without power for 24 hours after the tornado hit. Of course, about an hour or two after I got my generator running, of course, the power comes back on again. But the good news is I lost nothing in my refrigerator or my freezer. Wasn't that interesting? All the geese sitting on this log jam under the bridge here. Probably nervous because of me. Amen. No doubt. Okay, so I have reached my terminus here on the Riverwalk Trail, and you can still see here, and I'm downtown Anderson, and you can see right here where the water crested apparently. The Riverwalk Trail goes way on out and around, several more miles actually, but this is where I'm getting off and headed back to south, probably another 3 to 4 miles south yet, back to the home base. Hopefully that wind's not too bad. It's being taken out mostly by the microphone setup. When I'm in downtown, back over the bridge there is actually the city jail, the city office buildings, the bank, and more downtown stuff, businesses and whatnot. And back behind me is where the river is.
This is a good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife.
Okay, so this grocery store over my shoulder is my 1.25 miles left marker. I know that because occasionally I ride my bicycle up here and I use a bicycle app that has told me it's 1.25 miles from home. However, I may be adding just a little bit onto that. It might be more close to 1.4 miles maybe, something like that. Just because of the way I go kind of around to get to my house, rather than the most direct shot. We'll see.
Clear a lot as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a race. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give. Today is a good day. Today and not tomorrow.
Okay, well that was a little embarrassing. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up losing several clips out of this hike, and including my ending clip here. And I'm not exactly sure how that happened. I'm going to guess that it was operator error. I'll take full responsibility for that. At any rate, so a city hike. You know, if you don't have any means of getting out and about as far as to a recreational area on a consistent basis, I mean, use what you got. Get out and enjoy what you have available, like this park that I'm currently in. Get out and enjoy it. I mean, why not? I mean, I don't have the ability to get out to the state parks every weekend as far as hiking is concerned. I have one state park that is local but it doesn't have any paths convenient for backpacking as far as that's concerned. And so why not get your backpack on, walk around town, and get your exercise in for when you can get out and about to these places. And then you're able to put in some miles when you get there and get your legs in shape. So on this hike, it turned out I ended up doing 8.2 miles, I believe it was, something like that. I'll post that on here. I'll show you the map and the Way Out app as far as what it shows, and see what we did. All right, so do me a favor, if you like what you're seeing, down here at the bottom, hit like and subscribe. Stay tuned. There's always more to come. Thanks for watching.